He is Hayes Carlyon, our Jaguars beat reporter, and you hear him every weekday afternoon on The Frangie Show here on 1010XL, your home and flagship station for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Hayes, so much for a not busy free agency for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They brought in quite a few players that are going to be new to the 2018 roster.
They really did. I'm stunned by the volume in which the Jaguars attacked free agency, but credit to them. Owner Shad Khan was willing to spend a lot of cash to put this team over the top and get them from close to a Super Bowl to possibly holding the Lombardi Trophy, and these are the kind of moves that can make it happen. It's not all about superior talent, although the Jaguars certainly got a guy in left guard Andrew Norwell who can qualify as an elite player. But you look at some of the depth choices that they made among the other 7 free agents coming in. You look at receiver Marquise Lee re-signing here. This was a really good haul for the Jaguars, not just in terms of elite talent, but also filling out the back end of that 53-man roster. If you're the Colts, Texans, and Titans looking at this group, I think you're not overly pleased, because I think most people felt like the Jaguars would probably be pretty quiet, and they weren't at all.
Yeah, and one of the other things too, they did let Allen Robinson go. They did let Aaron Colvin go as well to new homes and new teams. But as you mentioned before, I guess with letting them walk, you're actually, in a sense, able to bring in some more with possibly spending the same amount of money, maybe even a little bit less money with the volume that was added.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen them keep Allen Robinson. I think he's got potential to be a star player once he is fully recovered from the knee injury, but the price got too high. So that's understandable. Aaron Colvin, I thought finding a nickel corner, there's not a high degree of difficulty to that. So even though he played at a very high level, I felt like the Jaguars, whether it was through the draft or through veteran free agency, could get somebody that, could really get close to filling the gap left by Colvin. I think they did that with DJ Hayden. The receiver spot's a little trickier, but I think Donta Moncrief is a player with a lot of upside. I've watched a bunch of Colts games, and he really is somebody that looks the part of 6'2" with the 4.4 speed. So I think with Andrew Luck's injury in Indianapolis and Donta Moncrief's health declining a little bit, it was 2 rough years, but he's still 24. A lot of the same skill set as Allen Robinson. I think he is a great buy low, low risk, high reward kind of player, and it'll be interesting to see how he fits in here from a cultural standpoint as well.
You mentioned Norwell, you mentioned Moncrief, obviously a bunch of other guys have signed as well, DJ Hayden, Cody Davis, the return of Don Carey. But what signing do you think is going to be under the radar but could lead to having a pretty big impact outside of the ones that we've already mentioned here?
Yeah, Austin Seferian-Jenkins, the tight end, could be a real difference maker. He was in the hallway yesterday, so he didn't participate in the media portion, but he was in the building on his visit, would sign a few hours later. But we did get a chance to just see him. He's a big boy, big frame, very much built like Mercedes Lewis. But he's faster, quicker, he's a younger player, obviously. So he's somebody that he doesn't have to go and be Rob Gronkowski. But this offense didn't really have any kind of a threat. Mercedes Lewis just isn't really that player at this point in his career. He can do some things, but he's not going to scare a defense. He's not going to be the focus of a defensive effort to try and stop the Jaguars. Seferian-Jenkins, I think, at least gives defenses something to think about in terms of that pass-catching role. So I think he's a guy. I don't think the numbers will be incredible, but I think he will bring something to the offense that they do not currently have.
He is Hayes Carlyon, our Jaguars beat reporter on 1010XL.com. You can read his blog, the Jaguars blog, presented by Superior Fence and Rail. And, of course, you hear him every weekday afternoon on The Frangie Show here on 1010XL. Hayes, as always, thanks for the time.
Thanks so much.